through. Right, Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 1. First of all, I've got to say this. When I saw the team lineup, I was just like, Joe, what? It's just we changed it too much, and
it was a little bit strange because obviously we had Kamara, Louise, McGinn, Ramsey playing, and then obviously Bailey and Watkins. It didn't quite feel like it was going to be a 4-3-1-2. Well, according to Sky, it was going to be that. But as it turned out to be, Ramsey playing out wide.
He looked quite
to be
good,
fair, he looked quite more effective, quite more a bit into the game. Like
I've always liked him in that position though, but it was just, I think we knew from the first 10 minutes, we were like, Joe, what? We're actually playing quite well here. It's quite compact in midfield.
I will say, obviously, before the goals, I think Villa defensively were actually quite good. I think, you know, considering we were able to shut out the players, you know, the fact that it ultimately didn't end up being a battering from Villa, and the fact that they've ended the 9-game losing streak with a draw, you know, it's ultimately a point that saves his job.
It feels like a win, to be fair.
It does feel like a bit of a win. Obviously, we could have won it, should have won it, to be fair. We'll get on to that. It's just disappointing to concede the goal, I think. But ultimately, it's the reassurance that Villa can get these results out, and ultimately, we've done, as I said, you know, to break that 9-game losing streak against Manchester City, a team that have been running right over everybody. It's good, you know what I mean? Defensively, I thought we were fine. But I think ultimately what it was today was Man City not being at it. Obviously, Haaland did score. That's 10 goals in 6 games now for him, and he looks an absolute monster.
It's a win-win, isn't it? Because, you know, he's done well for my fantasy team. And also, my team's done well.
I think ultimately, from Man City, maybe way too selfless at times, especially in the last 10 minutes. Mahrez is through on goal, and he's hitting it across goal. You know, Kyle Walker was through on goal, and he blazed it over the bar. Just not really having that cutting edge, surprising for a team that is so ruthless in front of goal in games.
Well, I just want to say though, we should have won that.
Yeah.
And it's not because like the chances we've had or anything. We didn't really have many chances.
I think we had the better chance. Obviously, we had the Watkins chance that got a deflection off, I think, of Stones. That massive. The only margin went wide of the post. We've also got the goals then. Haaland's got a really poor defensive view from Digne and Cons not really paying attention to where either man is or ultimately marking his area. But the goal from Villa ultimately coming out of nowhere, you know.
Really well worked.
Really well worked. Brilliant hold-up play from Watkins, shows what he actually brings to the team if he's not going to be scoring goals. And a lovely finish from Bailey, who's needed that goal. And ultimately you could see how much it meant to the crowd, you know, when we go 15 minutes left into the game.
Yeah.
Obviously Villa don't concede then. And then obviously I think for me, the real talking point, not disallowed goal, but the fact that Coutinho did put the ball in the back of the net.
I just don't get it.
But it's not off offside. Now Carragher did state that it was a big mistake. There is nothing there for me that shows that Coutinho was offside. Maybe it's the fact he came in from an offside position. But that doesn't mean anything, you know, because the ball wasn't played to him. He has no impact on it. I don't really understand what he's doing. So...
But all in all,
that was really disappointing. But all in all, it's a massive point.
It feels like a fucking win.
A point that Villa have needed.
Give us a boost. I mean, I'll just say it to you, like...
You know, it's a boost going into the next 2 games, which, you know, for me, it's a point that probably saves his job for another game.
Yeah.
But obviously, these are 2 should be must-win games because of the 2 crap teams playing against Leicester and Southampton, ultimately.
Been more of a test against Southampton, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think... You know, he's obviously got to get the result tonight, or the next game, sorry. And we'll see how it goes.
I mean, you know, if that didn't give like the team like some much needed boost, I don't know what will. Yeah, it's a point against City, but it's a point against City, something that we haven't done in a very long time, and I'm just really happy with it. Like, you know, we're going on the lash now. We're going clubbing. That's how. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's just how it is.
But ultimately, it's a big point for Villa. Obviously, we only go to 17th now. Man of the match wise, I would have to say Ashley Young. When he came on, I thought he was absolutely did the job.
Tell him what I said.
No, yeah, no, he's not. He shouldn't be starting every week. Not every week. But when he's called on, he does do a job, and he did do a job today. Yeah. Obviously, Bailey needs to get a mention then for scoring the goal. I just think though, obviously it would be nice to see Dendoncker. I know Bednarek was on the bench, but made no appearance. Coutinho did come on. Didn't really feel like he did a fat lot. But ultimately, for me, it's a big point. It's something to build on for the next game, and hopefully Villa can achieve that at Leicester away next week.
100%. I'd probably man of the match for me. It's hard to say actually. I'd probably have to agree with you. I think, you know, Ashley Young coming on. No one would have thought he would have put some sort of, game together like that. It's just, it's not that it was going forward or anything. It's just defensively in the game manager, and he just brings it all. Obviously, he's 38 years old, but I was just like, Joe, what? I like what I've seen before, and if Cash has to come off, I'm more than happy then for Ashley Young to come on. But I will say this, Gerard, you're in the job for now, you lucky boy. So hopefully you can keep this. Let's just go on a winning streak or something, because as Ben said, we are going on a good round the games now. Obviously Southampton, Leicester Southampton, I'm not too sure which one's first, but you should be looking at around 4, obviously 6 points. To lose to any of them two, it would be very disappointing, but we're just happy. Obviously we are going on the piss now, but yeah, Aston Villa won, Man City won. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this game. Obviously it's a game where I thought we'd lose, like 4-1. I think Ben said the same thing, but I'm just really happy about it. So yeah, up the Villa with a pride of Villa. I've been Nathan, he's been Ben. See you later.